Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. Ropaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
Welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News as we get you set for the latest news, insight, and analysis as game time approaches. The BNN pregame show is presented by Lithia Ford of Boise. Check out lithiafordboise.com to view the full inventory of vehicles or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Now, let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News.
Good evening, happy Friday night, happy Boise State basketball night to you here on Bronco Nation News. You are looking live at the Provident Credit Union Event Center here on the campus of San Jose State University. Both teams on the floor warming up, and we got Boise State basketball for you here on a Friday night. We're going to kick it off on the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show here at Bronco Nation News, and as we do every week, we started off with our man Abe Jackson to help us kick this thing off. Abe, unique environment, unique atmosphere, unique court, but excited for some basketball tonight.
Yeah, every venue that you go to, especially in conference, poses its own challenges, whether it's the team that you're actually playing or a place that is so crazy loud like the Pit of New Mexico, or a place like this where there might be about 400 people in the stands and you have to create your own energy. But this is probably by far the worst venue in the league.
I remember back in the Diamond Head Classic several years ago, 2013 or something, or 2014, Boise State played South Carolina, and the building was empty, and we were sitting on the baseline right by Frank Martin on the bench, and I remember being able to hear everything he was saying, just yelling and cussing at his players.
Too, yeah.
And I think tonight we're going to have a good idea to be able to hear both these teams in terms of the calling out screens and calling out plays and yelling at refs. It's going to be nothing's going to be too hard to hear tonight.
No, and you have to. I think talking is going to be a big part of this game. Aggressive talk leads to aggressive play. So, and you need that here. You have to create your own energy because as a player, you love energy, whether or not they're cheering for you or they're cheering against you. You want energy in the building, and that's just not going to be here tonight. So they're going to have to create their own.
Yes, they do. I think everybody can hear us. I think we're sounding okay. I think we're good. So I'm excited. So far, we're record viewership too on a Friday night. Folks are wanting to talk some Boise State basketball. Again, you'll be hearing Abe and Bob coming up top of the hour. Usually it's bottom, but we got the unique start time tonight. And we got the FS1 on the call as well. So you can turn down the TV and listen to Bob and Abe. They'll be 670 KBOI coming up 8 o'clock with the pregame. And then they'll have the game broadcast just after 8:30, I guess it is, back in Boise. They're trying to set up a new Ethernet connection for us. So we appreciate them for doing that. We'll let them get that going. But Boise State kicking off conference play tonight. They had to wait, obviously, to get this going and had the bye and sat around the last couple of days while New Mexico and Colorado State were battling it out, and saw San Diego State and Fresno on Wednesday. What do you make of Boise State sitting around, having that early bye, and now ramping it up here tonight?
I think it's one of the worst places to have a bye. I mean, you want to get out there and you want to start conference, and you wouldn't mind a bye, 6 or 7 games into the conference schedule, but that's just how it goes. So Broncos opening up their first game in conference. San Jose was at
what
San
a catch.
Jose.
Dave Jackson still has it, folks. I wish that was full screen.
San Jose was at Wyoming and lost on a last-second shot to the Cowboys, but lost by 2. So they have a conference game under their belt.
You talk about Tim Miles and what he's done here. You look at these facilities, you look at what you talked about, and we're not trying to just bag on San Jose State here, but it's pretty amazing when you think about Tim Miles being able to recruit and being able to do what he's doing when you come here and see what they're working with.
Yeah, well, a lot of international players on the roster. I think 6 or 7 international players, and I think one reason for that, I was talking to somebody who's part of the San Jose State program, and they said that we can't compete really with NIL with some other schools, and international players can't receive NIL. So that's where they're going. They're going to get some of those guys because then you're not really competing money-wise if you bring someone in from another country. So a lot of international players on the San Jose State team. They did lose Omari Moore, one of the better players in the Mountain West probably over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I would say probably one of the most athletic guys that the Broncos saw all of last year. So they lost him, but
they lost Diallo
good
as well, the big guy that transferred.
They lost Diallo inside. So a lot of new faces, just like some other teams in the Mountain West. But, I think like every single time these two teams have touched the court in the Leon Rice era, I think Boise State has the better team.
There's a lot of comments on the court here. Folks are wondering if you would endorse an all-blue court in Boise.
Ooh.
Which, by the way, Leon Rice at one point when they got this new floor last year or the year before, they actually mocked up what an all-blue one would look like. And it was one of those ones where if it does, you're kind of stuck with it. And if it doesn't look just perfect, you're kind of stuck with it. So they decided not to do it. But I know at least for fun, they did draw one up. But you were telling me before this starts, you think a lot of this court is actually glow in the dark.
I think so. And last year, they just had a complete wood court. Well, I mean, they're all wood, but just the color of wood. There was no really paint on it or anything, no designs. Because what I heard is that this court, it had glow in the dark on it. But there was something that made it a little bit slick in some places, so they had to actually take the court out and not use it last year. And so I think this year we'll see in the maybe the introductions if they turn the lights out. But I do believe that this court kind of lights up glow in the dark style.
Yeah, and we'll see. It's kind of unique. You got the blue on the outside of the 3-point line. You got the blue in the middle there.
There's a lot going on.
There is. I thought before they had the Spartan Warriors or whatever kind of on the court. Remember, they were big. I didn't think it could get any different, but I guess it did. But what do you make of let's just do one more on San Jose State. What do you think they bring to the table here? Cardenius, one of the better point guards in the Mountain West.
Yeah.
What should fans watching and listening to you guys be paying attention to?
I think it's going to be guarding the 3-point line. San Jose State averages over 9 made threes a game. So if you, as a team, you could make 9 threes, you could probably go off and make 15 or 16 in a game as well if a couple of guys get hot. So it's going to be really guarding the 3. They don't have so much of an inside presence, so I wouldn't worry about paint scoring, but they're going to move the ball around. The point guard, Cardenas, is a very, very good player, and I think he'll be on an all-Mountain West team when it's all said and done, and he really makes this thing go. And so guarding that 3-point line, I think that's really what it comes down to, and then, of course, rebounding as well.
Abe Jackson, again, you can hear Abe and Bob Beeler, 670 KBOI, coming up in about 20 minutes. Over on 670 KBOI, and then they'll have the game broadcast at 8:30 at the bottom of the hour over on 670 KBOI as well. Again, you can watch the game on FS1, turn it down, and listen to Abe and Bob on the sound there. Boise State coming into conference play, got that nice win over Utah Valley, and then has had some days to get back in the gym and work on some things. Just big picture, Boise State going into conference play here. What do you like? What do you not like? Where are you overall?
So what I like is that the progression of the players. You've seen the progress of Omar Stanley in the last 4 or 5 games, and you've seen that same type of progress with Roddy Anderson, 2 guys that they're going to need to play well if they're going to have success in conference. But what kind of worries me is still this offense. It just doesn't seem to click some days, and it's kind of weird to say that in a Coach Rice team because a lot of times it's talk about it because the offense has always been there. But the offense this year, I think they've struggled at times, and the outside shots need to fall.
You mentioned the rebounding. I know it's getting better. Those numbers are now up into the top 50, I believe. Defensive rebounding has always been a specialty for Boise State. What do you make? I mean, they just don't have that traditional center in there like they did with Armouche to really get some of those boards and things. But what do you where are you on their rebounding? I know you touched on it, but big picture wise, they've got, when they have that big 3 lineup in there, they can obviously control the glass there. But I know, Marcus Shaver was such a good rebounder coming in from the guard position. Where are you on the rebound?
That's what I was going to mention is that Boise State has always had really good rebounding guards. I mean, you can even go back to a Drimmick. He had some size as well. But last year, Marcus Shaver, in the last couple of years, he would do such a good job rebounding. He was athletic, could get off the floor, could really rise up and grab the ball, and people blocked out, and he just really had free reign to get in there. I don't think the Broncos have that at the guard position as of yet. I think that the guards are getting better at rebounding, but when the big guys are battling out inside, you got to have some guys from the outside, your 1 and 2 guards, coming down and cleaning some things up.
Where are Omar Stanley? Obviously has proven to be a heck of a find in the transfer portal for Boise State here. 20 points in each of the last 2 games. I mean, is this kind of production sustainable? Has it been matchups the last 2 games? Or, I mean, are we expecting 20 and 7 pretty much on a nightly basis now from Omar?
Do you think he's going to give us 20 and 7 every night, BJ?
If he does, you're probably in pretty good shape.
I would say so, but I don't. He's not. My expectation is definitely not 20 and 7. Now, maybe the 7 is a little closer, but if he hangs out around that 13, 15 points, some days he'll give you 20, some days he might have 9, but he'll be hanging around there. But he's just found a different level of his offense, and it's really the face-up game where he catches it at the high post, usually has a quickness advantage on the 5-man or the 4-man of the other team.
Yeah.
Quick move, puts it on the deck, and he's a really good job at finishing. It has been a long time since the Broncos have had a big guy inside that can do the moves, but then when they get to the hoop, you're not just kind of holding your breath on whether or not it's going to go in or not. He finishes so well at the hoop.
Where are you? I ask you every game, but I guess we'll get the weekly update. Where are you on the point guard spot right now?
Where am I like?
Yeah, I mean, just how do you feel about it? Obviously, we've seen some flashes, good and bad, but
it's improving.
Yeah, okay.
It's improving. I mean, and Roddy Anderson has really kind of taken a hold of that position, I think. We've seen his minutes going up, and I think Jace is kind of going down a little bit the last few games. But it really goes with how Roddy goes. He's starting to embrace, I believe, what the team needs of him. It's not last year where his team, San Diego, needed him to score 15 to 20 points a game.
Yeah.
That's not needed. And I think it took him a little bit to really to grasp and to really just understand what this team needs of him. And you've seen in the last few games, he's making better decisions.
Here we go. Oh, there you go. Look at that. I should let it fly. Look at that, Abe.
You still got it.
I got it, Abe. YMCA basketball,
Never
7th
left.
grade, baby.
Some things never leave.
The guy kind of wanted me to shoot it there. I could have stood up and just let it fly, but I don't want to embarrass Abe Jackson or anything if I drain one from back here. But
anyway, but the point guard, I think Roddy Anderson is progressing, and it's what you see from transfers. I mean, Abo last year, rough, like 4 to 6 games to start, and all of a sudden he really kicks it into gear. And that's really what Roddy Anderson and Omar Stanley had at the beginning of this year as well. So it's nothing new that there's struggles at the beginning, but they're both really rounded into shape.
The 2 guys that both got to 1,000 last game, I know we talked about them, but Max Rice, Tyson Degenhart, both those guys get that milestone. Those 2 guys, I mean, for this team to do what they want to do in conference play, those 2 guys are going to have to be, 2 of their better players.
You have to. They have to be consistent almost every game because what helps though is Omar Stanley, and that's scoring right there. That's your third. That's your third score in Abo. Yeah, but you're not going to do well in conference if Degenhart and Max don't play well. I mean, that's just you got 2 all-conference players from last year. They're back. A lot of experience. A lot of big-time games. They have to produce, and you need your best players to produce when you get to conference.
So last year, Boise State comes down here right in front of us. Max Rice has a little floater attempt. It misses. They lose the game to San Jose State, and they followed it up with the big win against San Diego State. But at the time, it was kind of a crushing loss at that point in the season. I don't see that happening tonight. First game of conference play. I think they're going to be fired up. But final 2 things, and we'll get you out of here. This atmosphere first. We joked about it at the beginning, but there's not going to be a lot of people here. It is a little tough to get that atmosphere going. If you're a player, I'm sure you played in some empty arenas over your career on the road. What is that? It's the opposite challenge of what they'll say, face at the Pit in a couple weeks.
Sure, yeah, and it's tough. It's a different environment, but what I like about this team is that there are so many veterans on the team. It's not a young team that's trying to figure things out on the fly. It's guys who've played a lot of Division I basketball, either here or at some other schools as well. So that's one thing. I don't think environments are really going to affect this team.
Yeah.
Now, because of how mentally strong I believe this team is. So I'm not really worried about it. Sure doesn't make as much fun watching the game, I'll tell you that.
Not at all. Final thing, just your when you and Bob go on the broadcast here in about 15 minutes, what are your keys to this one? What do fans need to be paying attention to? How does Boise State leave here in a tie for first place in the Mountain West Conference?
Well, I don't think you can give up, 12 or 15 threes, which San Jose can definitely hit. They average making more than 9 a game. Cardenas makes them go. It's going to be, I think, Roddy Anderson and probably Jace Whiting guarding him. And Cardenas, the guard, is always moving. He's with the ball or without the ball. He is always moving, and you always have to know where he is because when he gets the ball in his hands, he can create for himself and he can create for others.
Appreciate it, Abe. We'll be listening to you and Bob, 670 KBOI. And as always, appreciate it and have a great call, man.
All right, man.
There he is. Appreciate Abe Jackson for joining us. Best in the business. We appreciate him for his time. Go listen to him and our friend Bob Beeler over on 670 KBOI when we're done here as well. No, Derek, he is not playing. I forgot to ask Abe about that, but he is out. So here's what we got coming up on the pregame show. We got a ton of stuff to get to. We got some cool giveaways to give away, and we are very excited for the pregame show here. We'll take your comments, your questions, your score prediction. We're looking for the Matt Boucher player of the game. We've got some stuff to give away for that, but tonight is our first night of our giveaway, and this is the smoker we're giving away. It's a Bud Light smoker. I get it. People say what you want to say, but it's a courtesy of Stein Distributing, Cutwater Spirits. We thank our sponsors, and we're very excited that we're going to have some items to give away here every Friday from here for the next month or so. We're going to have some items to give away, and then we're going to culminate it with our giveaway of the private jet trip for two to the game in San Diego at the end of the regular season. So we are giving that trip away at the end of the season, and we're going to do that starting tonight as we kind of every Friday lead up to it. And we've got a pretty cool smoker that you see on the screen here that we're going to be giving away courtesy of our friends at Stein Distributing. So we're going to do that here in a couple of minutes on the pregame show. We've got our intern Jaden Finch helped us out. We put 872 names into the hopper, and we've got a cool little website we found that can randomly pick people, and so we're going to be doing that here before the show is over. We're also going to hear a portion of our interview with Mike Burns, Boise State assistant coach Mike Burns. We talked to him earlier this week. John Mallory and I did on Bronco Nation News Live in the morning, and he had some great stuff to say about San Jose State, about this team, and I wanted to play a little bit of that for you while you're watching the warm-ups. You see at the other end of the court, Boise State is going with the all-black uniforms, brand new uniforms this year, the black uniforms. They've only worn them one time this year. I will not tell you which game that was because that may not give you a ton of confidence going into this one. But Boise State in the all-black uniforms tonight for the second time this season. They really do look sharp. And, again, it's a big one for Boise State. I will mention the officials. I know you guys may not want to hear this. I know we joke about it. But Final Four crew tonight. There's only, I think, 7 games in college basketball tonight. So you've got some of the better officials in the country looking for a paycheck. And the crew is headlined by our man, Randy McCall. Randy McCall will be here tonight. You got Mike Reed, and then Kip Kissinger. Kip Kissinger is the bald official that you will see. And if I check the KenPom numbers, he's going to be right near the top. He is one of the premier officials in all of college basketball. Does not do a lot of Mountain West games. Must be on a West Coast slide here, getting a couple Pac-12 games in, and obviously wants to pick up a game check on a Friday night. He comes in right now at number 7 at KenPom, and he has reffed 46 games this year. The high guy is 49. So Kip Kissinger will find a game somewhere pretty much every night, and he is in high demand. And he did the Arizona State-Utah game last night. So Kip Kissinger will be here after being in Tempe last night for the Arizona State-Utah game. He was in Springfield, Missouri the night before that. He was in Des Moines, Iowa the night before that. Then Ames. He did the BYU-Wyoming game in Provo, actually, on Saturday. So Kip Kissinger, he does a lot of Big 12, Big 10. You'll see him doing the Final Four. If I check last year, yep, he did the San Diego State-Florida Atlantic game last year in the Final Four. He did the Villanova-Houston game the year before that. He's typically one of the better officials in the country. So Randy McCall, Kip Kissinger, and Mike Reed are the 3 officials tonight. So get your comments in, get your questions in. We're going to give some cool stuff away, and we're going to continue to give you a live look of the warm-ups here at the Provident Credit Union Event Center at San Jose State University. Again, other than Bob and Abe over there across from me, no other Boise media made the trip here to San Jose. So we appreciate your financial support of Bronco Nation News. We appreciate you supporting the sponsors and helping them out and making them want to continue sponsoring us. And we appreciate your subscriptions to Bronco Nation News to allow us to be the only local media outlet, aside from Bob and Abe on the radio side, that made the trip down here to San Jose. And that's going to be pretty much how it is all of conference season. We're going to be the only outlet traveling on the road in conference play this year. So whether it be on the pregame, the postgame, our recaps after the game, we have you covered like nobody else here at Bronco Nation News. And we hope that you will recognize that and want to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. So Let's take a quick 90-second timeout. We got to thank those sponsors and tell you about some great businesses. We'll take a quick 90-second timeout. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with part of our Mike Burns interview. We'll keep showing you warm-ups, and we'll have that giveaway. We're giving away a James gift card, Taco Bell gift cards, as well as that smoker on the screen. We'll do it all in 90 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Bronco Nation News, Lithia, Florida, Boise pregame show from the Cutwater Studios. We're presented by rowpaint.com.
All Bronco Nation News broadcasts come from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of premix premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Spirits, perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Our title sponsor is rowpaint.com. For all your commercial, industrial, residential painting needs, check out rowpaint.com. Don't forget about their concrete coatings. Transform that ugly concrete slab on your back patio in your garage in just one day. Contact rowpaint.com for a free estimate today. The official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, and our title sponsor at Bronco Nation News is rowpaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union's been helping members achieve financial success for more than 80 years. There's an ICCU branch on almost every corner, but the closest is in your pocket with free eBranch mobile and online banking. See why more than 500,000 members love ICCU and join 1 in 4 Idahoans by making the switch today at ICCU.com. Since 1984, Ridley's Family Markets has prided itself on being a hometown food and drug store that employed value members of the local community. Ridley's Family Markets has 13 locations in the state of Idaho and many more in the surrounding states. Download the new Ridley's app to your smartphone, get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line, and find a location near you at shopridleys.com. Former Bronco Matt Bauscher is once again the number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. No home is too big or too small for Matt and his team. Let them fulfill all your real estate needs at BauscherRealEstate.com.
And welcome back live to the Lithia, Florida, Boise pregame show. We're in the Cutwater Studios. Make sure to get one of those 35 flavors of Cutwater spirits at your local gas station or grocery store. We are at the Provident Credit Union Event Center on the campus of San Jose State University. The crowd starting to file in. You see Boise State at the other end of the court. I apologize that we don't have a better angle of them. Boise State going with the all-black uniforms today. 41 minutes on the clock. This game will tip at 8:30. It'll be on Fox Sports 1, and you can hear Bob Beeler and Abe Jackson on 670 KBOI coming up at the bottom of the hour, or the top of the hour with the pregame, and then 7:30 here, 8:30 back in Boise with the broadcast. And yes, you see the blue court. You see the lack of a crowd. You see the arena. Certainly a unique time coming to the Provident Credit Union Event Center here at San Jose State University. The Broncos are chartering back after the game tonight. So they're going to be back in Boise about 1:30 in the morning. So we mentioned it earlier today. This is our 4th live broadcast today, by the way. We had the morning show with Jay Tust. We had the Matt Bauscher show. I made an appearance with Prater and Johnny on Idaho Sports Talk, and now here we are live with the Lithia, Florida, Boise pregame show. 4 live appearances from San Jose today as we get you set for the start of conference play. Let's see what we got here in the comments. It would not let you do the deal. That's probably because you're already a current subscriber, Kurt. If you're already a subscriber, a yearly subscriber, you can't do that. That's for the first year, and then it's 70 after that. Randy still owes us from the Wazoo game. No, that was not Wazoo. That was Colorado State. That was the Super Bowl Colorado State game, I believe. Randy McCall, here comes some strange officiating. We'll see. He's had a couple moments in Boise State games, but for the most part, he's a very highly respected official that a lot of people are excited when they find out that he is officiating their games. So I get it. He had a couple bad calls in a Boise State game. But I think that by and large, Leon Rice is just fine having Randy McCall officiate their games. We see looks like some Boise State fans behind the bench over here. I don't know if those are family members or we got some friends, but I see about 15 Boise State fans sitting right behind the bench. So there's going to be a nice little crowd of Boise State fans here tonight, it looks like. And by the way, you got Dan Dickow, who's always very complimentary of Leon Rice and Boise State. You got Dan Dickow doing the call tonight for FS1. Chibuzo Abo is going to have a big game tonight, I think. And there he goes walking by. I think it's going to be a big night for Chibuzo Abo. And I remember talking to him in this very seat after Boise State lost to San Jose State last year. and having to talk to Leon and Buzo. And I think the clip of Buzo is even in the intro video talking to me after that game. And wouldn't it be nice to get a big win tonight for Boise State? And they'd have much better feeling of those guys chatting with us after the game if they're able to pull it off here at the Provident Event Center at San Jose State University. Again, you see Boise State warming up on the court. We are about 38 minutes from tip-off. I want to play a little bit of this Mike Burns interview. I'll keep showing you. We'll go back and forth between the interview and the audio and what's going on the court. But I thought Mike Burns did an outstanding job earlier this week getting us ready for this game, for conference play. And it was John Mallory and myself interviewing him, and I want to play part of that in just a second. But let's look at San Jose State for a minute and get you set for this game. They are 7-7 on the season, 0-1 in Mountain West play. They did just fall by 2 at Wyoming a couple of nights ago. They were up 17 in the first half, unable to hold the lead, and they lose at the buzzer. And they fall to 0-1 in conference play. But you look at San Jose State, they come in. Where do they come in this matchup? They are in 169 at Ken Pom, and it's only projected as a 5-point victory for Boise State. So obviously a win is most important tonight, but if Boise State was able to win this game, by double digits, that would certainly be a big, helpful tool for the computer metrics and things like that moving forward. The more it stinks, but the more points you can win by, the better opportunity you're going to have to move up in the rankings and things like that. Boise State coming in at number 70 at Ken Pom and number 70 in the net, but number 64 at Ken Pom. So Boise State's at 64 at Ken Pom. If they were to find a way to win this game by, say, 15-plus points, maybe they can get into the 50s at Ken Pom and start that climb. So very important game tonight. Most importantly, got to win, got to be 1-0 in conference play. As I've been saying all week, these games against the lower-level teams in the conference, the teams that are not expected to be a factor, have to be sweeps. You have to win this game. You have to sweep a game like this and sweep a team like this if you want to have a chance, because you're not going to win all the games against Colorado State, San Diego State, Nevadas of the world. You're going to have some tough games. So you have to win the ones that are supposed to be wins, and tonight certainly is one of those numbers. You look at some of the stats. Boise State defensively, they come in number 47 in the country at stopping the three. 29.8 is the three-point percentage. But the point distribution, the percentage of total points for three-pointers, Boise State defensively, 343rd in the country. 23.5% of those of the percentage of the opponent's points are coming at the three-point behind the three-point arc. So we'll see if Boise State can stop the three. That's traditionally been something they've been very good at in the past, is stopping the opponent's three-point shot. And we'll see if Boise State tonight is able to do that. I'm going to turn the camera here real quick and show you Tyson Degenhart as Tyson Degenhart's warming up for tonight's game. Roberto Burgess rebounding for him. Tyson getting up some three-pointers here from the top of the key. Tyson recently reaching 1,000 career points here in his third year with the Broncos. And you look at his trajectory, and assuming he comes back next year and puts up big numbers again, Tyson Degenhart could find himself in the top 5 all-time scorers at Boise State by the time all is said and done. He's, him and Max Rice both have a chance to get into the top 15 this year, and then he'll have another year to turn it around and really get it going here 2 years from now. So most of his teammates have left the court. Tyson trying to get a couple final shots up. 2 in a row. He's feeling pretty good. That would be nice to get Tyson going tonight from three-point range, especially there at the top of the key. 3 in a row for Tyson Degenhart. Let's hear a little bit from Mike Burns. Don't forget, we got the giveaway coming up. We're going to give away that smoker, some gift cards, a lot of cool stuff. But for the short time here where the Broncos have left the court and gone back to the locker room, let's hear from Mike Burns. This interview was earlier in the week. Mike Burns, assistant coach for the Broncos, and we'll be back live here shortly once the Broncos retake the floor. Conference play. We enjoyed watching those games last night. I know you're a basketball junkie. Obviously, you're watching all these games. You're looking ahead to teams. You're playing all this. But just to have conference games and common opponents and getting this thing rolling last night, what was it feeling like for you?
Well, it's here. It's go time. And I think our guys are ready. I think our staff's ready. We've been looking forward to it. But make no mistake, the Mountain West is a gauntlet this year. And, I heard you guys talking earlier when I first called in, and, you like this game we're about to play. Sometimes you say San Jose State and people just make assumptions about how things should go. And let's not forget that San Jose State program beat us in that building last year when we had an NCAA tournament team that had a 12-point lead with like 5 to go. So it's very much got our attention, and we're excited to get started.
What you look at? I know I'm curious how this works, and I don't think you had the scout for San Jose. Maybe you have the Colorado State scout, but how are you coaches looking 2, 3, 4, 5 games in advance? Because obviously you got the game on Friday against San Jose, but you turn around Tuesday and play Colorado State. So I know you're watching that game, and you're obviously not looking ahead, but you've got to do some advanced work. How does that work for you? And when you're watching a game like last night, I mean, are you just watching it as a fan? Are you already taking notes? How do you look at games like that?
Well, we're always taking notes. I mean, me and Coach Duryea kind of swap scouts back and forth, and so he has San Jose, I'll have Colorado State. So I'm watching Colorado State and San Jose State simultaneously. But make no mistake, all our focus is on San Jose State right now. I mean, we've got to prepare some things. You've got to do your due diligence to get ready for, games that are in the future. But every ounce of our focus is on the San Jose State Spartans and getting ready for that first conference game.
Hey, Bernsey, what are they best at? If San Jose State has a superpower, what is it?
Well, I think there's a couple things that they do extremely well. One, they have in Cardenas, they may have one of the 2 or 3 best point guards in the league. I mean, he's playing at a really high level right now, and he's the conduit for the next thing that they're really good at, which is 3-point shooting. You put him in pick and rolls, and he does a great job of kind of occupying 2 defenders so he can spit the ball to one of their 3-point shooters. And so it's a real challenge because for us, we try to make pick and rolls basically a 2-on-2 game because we don't want to have to overhelp off shooters to allow them to get shots. So he's good at trying to make that a 2-on-1. And that's going to be a challenge for us is to kind of keep him under control. And it's not, last night he scored at Wyoming and did a good job. His ball was going in, but he's kind of the quarterback of their thing. And they've got, 4 of their 5 starters who all can make 3 or 4 threes in a game and really cause you problems. So that's probably their greatest strength. And then I think, defensively, they're always going to do things to, gum up the game a little bit. They'll change defenses. You'll see some zone. You'll see some man. They'll trap in the post. So they'll do some different things to try to throw you off your game there. But, offensively, it's the point guard quarterback in the operation, and it's their 3-point shooting that causes you some concern.
We got a couple of questions coming in on our YouTube chat here, Coach Burns, that we will throw at you here in a second. But I did wonder, you mentioned last year in the game late in the season, you were coming off the big win against New Mexico, had the San Diego State game on tap. You guys went down there, as you said, to San Jose and lost that game. I know you got a new team, but you got a lot of guys that are back and remember that. And the fact that this is the first conference game of the year, you guys had the bye, you're waiting around to have to play. I mean, I personally feel it's going to be a fired-up group that's going to play well on Friday. Is there any talk of last year's game or any extra motivation this time around?
Well, I think, some of our veterans that were around last year have addressed it with the newcomers. And it's a unique environment because when you go on the road in Mountain West play, you play in some of the best environments in all of college basketball. Yeah. And so and we do that at home. Extra miles, an unbelievable building to play in. You go to San Jose, and that environment is nowhere near those others. So you kind of got to get your mind right for dealing with that. And Coach Rice does a good job of kind of prepping our guys for those sort of things and keeping their focus. And I mean, it's, hey, at the end of the day, last year was last year, and it's got our guys' attention. And so, I think the fellas will be hooked up and ready to go.
Hey, Bernsey, Abo, we've all seen the transformation offensively, the 3-point shooting. Tell us about the transformation, if there has been one, defensively. Like, I watched that game last night, Colorado State, New Mexico, and I'm thinking, okay, if I'm Bernsey here and I'm in this game, I'm putting Abo on Stevens. I'm going to Scottie Pippen, Phil Jackson, Scottie Pippen on Mark Jackson type of thing. Where is Abo as a defender and the improvement?
Oh, he's made huge strides. I mean, he from when he first got here, he came from a Texas Tech program that stressed defense, but they did it differently than we do it. So he had to learn some new things, and there's some nuances to pick and roll coverage that he's had to, obviously get better at, but he's done that. And he's really taken a step forward as, an elite perimeter defender for us. And night in and night out, he's always going to draw a pretty challenging assignment. And so, he's a guy that gives you size, guarding the ball and guarding the wing. But he's also, strong, and he can move. So he's having a very good year for us. And we're all proud of him because he's had to take those steps that players have to take to become who he's become.
Mike Burns, our guest, assistant coach for the Boise State men's basketball team here on Bronco Nation News Live. John Mallory, BJ Rains with you. And Coach Perry on the YouTube chat here wants to know, how do you feel the defense is developing?
It's developing, and obviously you guys know the numbers that we look at and the metrics. And for me, it goes no further than the Ken Palm sheet and the number on the top of that. And we're 51 this morning in overall defense. So right now, that number's got to get better. And so we're aware of that. And it's, part of it is we've got 2 new post players and the 2 guys that man the point guard position, one of the 2 is also new. So there's a learning curve that come for 3 out of those 4 players in terms of how we do things. And, in college basketball, probably 60-70% of the time you're in pick and roll coverage, it's going to be a point guard and a 5-man. So those guys are continuing to improve. And as they improve, our 2-point field goal percentage defense will improve. And right now, that's the one area where we got to get better. We got to keep people off our rim and guard the twos, and not the tough twos, not the pull up 15-footers. We love those, but people getting lay-ins and getting at the rim shots. So that's the area we're working on. And the guys have done a great job of embracing that because they know that's what we need to do better. And they get better every single day.
And I'm not sure if you deserve the credit or David Moats, but I know the defensive rebounding is getting better as well.
Yeah. And that was, all you got to do is get that same Ken Palm sheet out. And you look at every single one of the years Leon Rice has been the head coach of this basketball program. We've been in the top 25. And so I don't know exactly where we're at this morning, but that we're not quite
45,
there yet.
45.
Yeah. So those are 2 areas that, we shore up the 2-point field goal percentage defense. And that number, that 45% on defensive rebounding, if somebody's getting an offensive rebound, usually they're in close proximity to the rim, and that results in a lay-in. So it's all tied together. And, the guys have embraced it, and we've had some great rebounding efforts in some of these past few games. And so we just want to take that momentum in the Mountain West play.
Johnny, I'll let you jump back in here, but one more question from the YouTube chat. What irritates you more, Coach, hands not being up or feet being out of position?
Both of those things will cause me to want to slam my forehead into a cinder block wall, to be quite honest with you. We stress those things, and so they will draw my ire, and I think my fellow coaches' ire. And those are just things that, it's intensity, it's preparation, it's just, but it's habit. And so again, we've got some guys that have been in the program. I mean, you watch Max Rice, and he's not the most athletic guy on the planet, obviously. But every catch, he's got a hand up. It's ingrained in him. And Buzo's gotten that way now. He's gotten better. Tyson's that way. And so some of the newer guys, they're getting that way. And as that gets better, we'll get better. But both things. It's
and
a tie.
Not falling for stupid pump fakes. You guys don't do that. And a lot of teams do in the country. And they just wasted offensive possession because one guy fell for a stupid pump fake. And then they created an entirely different set that the team was able to do on that. Burnsy, Omar Stanley, what are you learning about this kid? How is he helping you guys defensively? It seems like you got to really like what this kid's bringing to your program, right?
Yeah, I mean, both him and Cam Martin, I mean, that gives us kind of a 2-headed monster in that front court position. And they, I mean, first of all, you're talking about great people, just unbelievable people. and they both embrace each other's success, and they're different, but they bring things, I mean, Omar's an explosive athlete, and he has a knack for putting his ball in the basket. That's just, I mean, you die to have that offensively in a post player, and he's got that knack. I think he's I think he's over, what is he? He's in the, let me look here. Yeah, 62% from the field. And then Cam's still leading us in assists, I believe.
That's great.
Yeah, Cam Martin. So when you're getting that kind of production in the front court from those guys, and they get better defensively every day, and that was the biggest challenge. The roles that they had prior to their arrival in Boise were significantly different than the roles they have with us, and the positions they played and the responsibilities they have defensively. So there was a lot to ingest for them when they got here. And, not only are they doing it individually, but they're helping each other collectively. And that's what's really cool as a coach, is you see that kind of bond that they have, and the work that they put in together, and they enjoy each other's success, and they help each other during games. And a lot of times that's a lot better than, them talking to one another. A lot of times is a lot more powerful than us coaches delivering the message.
We bring you back in live here, the Lithia Ford Boise pregame show. The band has started playing, and we might have more band members than we do fans in the stands right now, but there's going to be some fans here. It's a little bigger crowd than I had expected, but the side behind me, I'm not joking when I say this, folks, the side behind me has about 9 people. So take that far side over there that you see to the right of the screen, and then think about there being a whole nother side over there, and you've got 9 people on that sort of the court. I mean, I bring you in live here, and there's literally not a single person here, and this game starts in 22 minutes. So you see behind me, we'll go this way a little bit. You can see there's about there's a couple there. There's about 8 or 9 people there. If you want a live look, we got the student radio station sitting next to me doing their game, and we got some courtside seats here. So we got a nice setup. We appreciate Matthew and everybody at San Jose State for helping us out here. We got some stuff to give away, though. We got some pretty cool items. We got some gift cards. We're going to give away some stuff, and we're going to do this 2 ways. I'm going to tell you about it in 90 seconds. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back in 90 seconds. We're going to give away some free stuff. You want some gift cards at Taco Bell, the James. You want to have a smoker from Cutwater Spirits and Stein Distributing, a really nice smoker. We got some great items we're giving away. We'll do it in 90 seconds. Lithia Ford Boise pregame show from the Cutwater Studios, our title sponsor, rowpaint.com. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 90 seconds, live from San Jose.
Bronco Nation News is sponsored by Tommy Alquist and Ball Ventures Alquist, Idaho's premier commercial real estate development company. BVA projects specialize in office, retail, flex, medical, and industrial spaces located at some of the most strategic and visible locations in the valley. Need a developer? Looking for new space? Think BVA. At BVA, we are Idaho's developer. The Nicolason family and SON management have proudly been operating Taco Bell restaurants in and around the Treasure Valley since 1969. One of the first to make a 7-figure donation to the Lyle Smith Society, they've also stepped up their support of Boise State athletics with the Taco Bell men's and women's basketball endowed scholarships. The Nicolason family and SON management have committed at least $310,000 by 2026. Get more information on their financial support of Boise State athletics and find information on applying to work at Taco Bell at tacobellworks.com. Lithia Ford of Boise is a proud supporter of Boise State athletics and the official car and truck of the Broncos. Lithia Ford of Boise supports Bronco student athletes through NIL deals, including providing Ford vehicles to Taylon Green and Riley Smith from the football team and Paige Barsh from the volleyball team. Rain's family purchased our F-150 from Lithia Ford. Couldn't be happier with the purchase. Check out the all-electric F-150 Lightning or the electric Mustang Mach-E at Lithia Ford, and make sure to check out their full inventory of vehicles at lithiafordboise.com. The Blue and Orange Store is the perfect spot to get all your gear for your next Bronco game. The Blue and Orange Store has official Nike apparel, including jerseys, shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, and more. Wear what the Broncos wear and get it at the Blue and Orange Store, the second floor of the Boise Town Square Mall, or get free shipping on a $40 order online at theblueandorangestore.com.
All right, back live here on the Lithia Ford Boise pregame show. Cutwater Studios. We got to wrap this up here in a couple minutes to get off with the Mountain West guidelines. But here's what we're going to do. I told you we got some cool stuff to give away every Friday here moving on until we get to our grand prize. We're going to have some cool items to give away. Again, our grand prize, a VIP basketball experience to San Diego, final game of the season, ride on a private jet to San Diego, go to the basketball game, stay in the team hotel. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's all courtesy of Ridley's Family Markets, Boucher Real Estate, the Blue and Orange Store, and Cutwater Spirits. And again, you have to be a yearly subscriber, and we're going to pick a lucky yearly subscriber to win a giveaway, and we're excited for this. But with that, we're going to be giving away some weekly items as well every Friday leading up to this. The sooner you subscribe, the more chances, more things you can win the next couple of Fridays leading up to the grand prize giveaway in a couple of weeks. Again, BNN50 deal is the promo code. You can do that. BNN50 deal is the promo code. Get your first year for $50 and be entered to win all these contests. Tonight, we're giving away this Bud Light Smoker as our grand prize for tonight. We also have some gift cards. We're going to start it off with a $25 gift card to the James Kitchen and Bar. The James Kitchen and Bar, a $25 gift card. And here's how we're going to do this. We're sharing the screen now. Actually, let's take this off here. All right, we're going to share the screen here. You can see this right here. This is our really cool Wheel of Fortune giveaway thing here that we figured out. If you see, all the names are in here. Angie Duryea, Tim's wife. There's our man, Randy McCall, walking by. And Mike Reed, the officials are here. But, okay, I'm going to scroll down here. You can see all the names that are in it. We'll stop it there. We got Jeff Sappington, Joel York. We'll see if you can win this. Cody Godler is a subscriber. We appreciate you, Cody. We'll roll down some more. We'll just pick a random spot. We got J.D. Dalton, David Cahoon, Dan Lima. Okay, we got 872 of you in this thing. There are 872 yearly subscribers right now. We're very thankful and appreciative of all you guys. But you can see right here, all the names are in there. There's Eric Knowles. We got Scott Ritchie. Not sure why he's all caps. Anyway, you're all in this. You have a chance to win this, and I don't have any other non-scientific way to do this, but we're going to draw the names live on the show here, and then we'll pick a winner. This is for a $25 gift card to the James Kitchen and Bar. The James Kitchen and Bar, a $25 gift card. Let's give this away. So we'll see if this works. Our winner for the $25 gift card to the James Kitchen and Bar is Allison Anderson. Allison Anderson, please send us an email. We'll try to email you as well, and you get a $25 gift card to the James Kitchen and Bar. Let's go $20 to Taco Bell. $20 gift card to Taco Bell, again, for yearly subscribers of Bronco Nation News. Our winner here is Michael, Henricus? Michael Henricus, sorry if I mispronounced that. You get a $20 gift card to Taco Bell. We'll go another $20 gift card to Taco Bell. $20 to Taco Bell for a yearly subscriber. Abe Jackson, does that count? Does Abe Jackson count? Do we give it? Really? Abe Jackson just won a gift card to the James. I guess this thing here to Taco Bell. I guess this thing is rigged after all. I don't know what you guys think, if we should let Abe win it or pick somebody else. But let's pick another one, and I'll talk to Abe, and I'll hook him. Abe would rather have one to the James anyway, so I guess I'll hook up Abe Jackson with a James gift card. One more Taco Bell gift card, $20 to Taco Bell. Our winner is Matt Trejo. Matt Trejo, you're going to Taco Bell. We'll send you an email. We'll be in touch on how to get your $20 gift card. And our grand prize, let's give away our grand prize. Again, we're giving away this smoker, courtesy of Stein Distributing. We appreciate them. You'll have to meet up with me to pick it up. But our winner, our grand prize winner of the barbecue smoker for your backyard, for today's grand prize winner, it is Brenda Mathis. Brenda Mathis, hopefully you want this or know somebody that you can give this to. We appreciate you, Brenda Mathis. And again, we appreciate everybody for subscribing to Bronco Nation News. And again, we'll do this every Friday. We've got some really cool items to give away in addition to some more gift cards. So if you are able to, we would love to have you subscribe and have a chance to win these items. If you did not win today, I apologize. We'll have 5+ items every week here moving forward. And somebody that asked, yes, if you do win the something this week, you're still eligible for the future in terms of the private jet and all that. So everybody is eligible every week. And the more people that subscribe, and the more earlier you subscribe, you can be in by next Friday to try to win next Friday's as well. So, again, Boise State, San Jose State, I guess you can call it a fairly big game. And when you only play 18 conference games, every game matters. Boise State has to find a way to win this game. Again, 5-point projection at KenPom, 5.5, I think, is the point spread at Vegas. And this is a game Boise State has to find a way to win with a big-time opponent coming up, Colorado State, on Tuesday. So, big game coming up for Boise State. We appreciate you. We got to jump off now due to Mountain West rules. Join us on the post-game show, and this will be one of those games where we start the post-game show like 5 minutes after the game ends. We're going to get live interviews here on the show with Leon Rice and a couple players, and it's going to start quick because they got to get to their charter to fly back to Boise tonight. So as soon as the game ends on Fox Sports 1, head over to the YouTube app on your smart TV, fire us up, and this game, we'll start the post-game show right after this game ends. There's 13 minutes till tip-off. 13 minutes till tip-off. So this game is starting about 8:35, it looks like. Appreciate all you guys. Yeah, there's 8:30 left on the FS1 game. So there is 13 minutes on the clock, plus they have to do the starting lineups and the national anthem and stuff. So I would bet this game starts about 8:40 or so. So again, as soon as the game ends, come on back to the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show, live interviews with Leon Rice and some players, and full analysis and details in our Matt Boucher Real Estate Player of the Game as well. The great Randy McCall is on the crew tonight. Good to see you, Randy. We got Kip Kissinger, Mike Reed as well, the officials in the house, and should be a fun one here. San Jose State, Boise State. Looking forward to this one coming up here in about 15 minutes. So enjoy the game and come join us back on the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show, wherever you're watching this one, preferably on YouTube. Like literally 2 or 3 minutes after the game ends, we're going to fire this baby up. So appreciate you guys. Enjoy the game tonight. Good luck to Boise State. Thank you to all of our sponsors, and we will talk to you guys on the postgame show coming up shortly. Bronco Nation News Live, bronconationnews.com.